Who are we talking to?
Ourselves. It's a me,
Mario!
Welcome.
And Luigi.
Is there. Welcome to the Mc&Marren podcast, where, in case you haven't noticed, we will be talking about Super Mario Brothers. In particular, the Super Mario Brothers animated movie that came out in 2023. We are talking about this because the sequel, a Super Mario Galaxy movie, just released last week.
Yay! New movie! Hopefully it's good. We haven't seen it yet.
If critics can be trusted, which to be honest they truly can't, they hate it. But audiences absolutely love it.
Just for the record, most of the time the critics hate a movie. I love the movie.
Well, a lot of times when critics say they hate the movie, it's because they don't really understand the source material.
Or it wasn't artistic enough. Or it wasn't political enough. Or it wasn't whatever the Oscar theme is this year enough.
Most of the time when I hear every movie I've ever heard that was, the critics love this movie. This was boring.
I mean, let's not for nothing, but please remember that in 2013 or 2014, the feel-good movie of the year, as chosen by critics, was The Fault in Our Stars.
Feel-good movie of the year.
Feel-good movie of the year about kids with cancer. So, can critics be trusted? I'm going to go with no. It's a good movie, but I wouldn't call it the feel-good movie of the year.
Well, I thought you were talking about a real feel-good movie of the year, Super
Mario
Mario Brothers.
Let me just say, if you were in a zombie apocalypse and you asked a film critic, hey, did you get bit? Are you going to believe a word they say?
No.
There you go.
All right, so 2023 Super Mario Brothers movie. Let's get into it.
So, So a little bit of fun facts. So Mario and his whole cast of characters was created by Shigeru Miyamoto, who is still around to this day, and he always premieres to all the Nintendo World openings. The first appearance of Mario was in the 1981 arcade game called Donkey Kong, who is also in this movie, where Mario, aka known as Jumpman at the time, runs on platforms and climbs ladders to ascend a construction site in New York City to rescue the damsel in distress, aka Pauline, from a giant gorilla, aka Donkey Kong.
DK.
And
Donkey
do you know why his
Kong.
name is Donkey Kong?
Because they didn't want to get in a lawsuit with Universal Studios over King Kong.
But why Donkey?
I'm going to guess you know the answer, so
What's
why
the
don't you tell
answer?
us?
They use donkey as a word to mean that he's brash, unreasonable, stubborn, like a donkey. And they thought, the Americans and other people everyone will understand that we mean donkey as in the stubborn Kong. No.
No,
we did not. We
just
not
thought
get
that was
at
his
all.
name,
Yeah.
and I mean, we were
Although
okay
It
with
is
it.
his name, but
Although, we just mentioned Universal, though. Fun fact, Universal actually did try and sue Nintendo, alleging that Donkey Kong violated the trademark for the King Kong franchise. And it obviously didn't.
Yeah, no. Good luck with that.
But the first well-known Super Mario Brothers game was released in 1985 for the for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, where players control Mario and his brother Luigi to traverse the Mushroom Kingdom to rescue Princess Toadstool, Peach, from King Koopa, who is later be known as Bowser.
the king of the Koopas.
Yes, and that is basically what this movie is really about. So, Colin, why don't you go ahead and talk about the plot for the movie right quick?
Okay, so the movie actually starts off with pretty much the exact same start of the live action.
Almost
Mario
like
Brothers.
the live action one is a good movie, and nobody believes me.
Sans one meteorite.
Yeah, sans one meteorite.
And alternate dimension.
Okay, but...
No, they go through a warp.
They go through a warp pipe to an alternate dimension, but it's not what they say it is. But anyway, keep going.
So Mario and Luigi, I believe, are striking it out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Establishing the Mario Brothers Plumbing
Company.
Much to the oh, you're never going to actually do any of this from their former boss or former coworker and their family.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, everyone is. You're in Brooklyn. I'm assuming everyone already has a plumber that they go to. Be kind of hard to get a start as a new.
I mean, I think any business starting out striking out on your own is difficult to be the new kid on the block. But I will say that, especially from what we see in the movie and from what little I have seen of New York from having gone, it's all very close together, very tight knit. So I feel like people would definitely have a plumber that they're like, this is our plumber. This is the only plumber we are ever going to use. All other plumbers need not apply.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they finally get one job. It does not go well.
No, it does not.
To be fair, that was not Luigi's fault.
That was not their fault.
Yep. We'll talk about that after the summary.
But they got a job, and then they hear about a main water problem, and think, oh, if we solve that, we'll be famous, and everyone will want our services.
You know, good marketing.
And they wind up going through a warp pipe and ending up in the Mushroom Kingdom and get separated instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Mario winds up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and Luigi ends up in the Darklands. Because of course he does.
Yep.
Because he's Luigi.
Yep.
Because
and he has the worst luck.
Because Luigi must suffer.
Yep.
Anyway, so what's going on in the Mushroom Kingdom and the Darklands is that the King of the Koopas, Bowser. Played by
Jack Black,
who made this entire movie his personality.
Which is amazing. He did such a good job. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Before we got the audio of Jack Black doing Bowser, I was like, I might see it. I'm not really thrilled. I mean, I prefer the live action Super Mario. This has always been the case. And like I've said in previous episodes, I did not grow up playing these video games, so I did not have as much of an emotional attachment to it. I mean, I played Super Smash Brothers. I've dabbled, but I'm not good at it.
You were more of a Sonic fan.
I was a Sonic kid. Weirdly enough, though, I have not watched the Sonic movies.
The first Sonic movie is actually really good.
Anywho, but then we got the wonderful musical number of Peaches. And that is all I needed to sell me on this film. I was like, I don't know what else is going on, but Bowser is singing a ballad to Peach, and it's done by Jack Black. You know what? I'm in. I'll be there.
Also, Jack Black dressing up as Bowser.
Yes!
Yep. Also, before we move on with the plot summarization, Mario in this movie is voiced by Chris Pratt, Luigi is voiced by Charlie Day, and Bowser is voiced by Jack Black, and Toad is played by Keegan-Michael Key, and Princess Peach is voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy.
And the Penguin King...
I don't know.
Is Kari Daniels. I think that's how you say his name. Colin looked that up for me real quick. He played King Ezekiel on The Walking Dead, and I didn't know I needed the King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead in penguin format, but I'm so glad we got it.
I mean, he did act very serious about it.
It was such a... This is a star-studded and filled cast, and not only did they get all these big-name actors, but they also got I'm sorry, Kari Payton. I am sorry, Kari Payton. I really did like he was King Ezekiel. I don't know where I got Daniels, but they did get, on top of everybody else, they got the original voice for Mario.
Charles Martinet. Yeah, in the movie, he actually voices two characters. One is a character who, so in the movie, they show a commercial for the Super Mario Brothers plumbing services, and Mario and Luigi are talking about, they do the, "It's me, Mario, are you tired of the over-exaggerated Italian voices?" And they're like, "Is it too much?" And then a guy playing the video game, who's voiced by Charles Martinet, says, "Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo!
Wahoo!"
And then, oddly enough, Charles Martinet has a second voice. He plays Mario and Luigi's father.
Yeah, which that was the one that I knew first, was that he was playing their father, because I thought it was kind of a nice handing of the torch off to a new Mario.
Yeah, and it actually did show that Charles Martinet can do other voices other than Mario and Luigi.
I mean, not so good. It was very, very, very close to Mario.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's their father, so obviously.
But it was really nice. But yes, this is a star-studded cast. It's a very fun story. It derives directly from the video games. Oh, and you forgot Seth Rogen.
Well, I was going to get to him after Colin was finished summarizing the plot.
Sorry.
So.
Anyway, back to the plot, which, if we're being honest, the start of when they get into the Mushroom Kingdom and they have to go back and forth, it does kind of start to slow down a bit because we're getting a bunch of
You're building
stuff.
a world.
But anyway, Bowser is in love with Princess Peach and wants her to marry him. So the plan is to take over the world so that he'll be the only option. Which...
I've heard worse plans.
I mean, well, to be fair, he also got that star from the Penguin Kingdom, so in case she says no, he's basically going to be like, okay, I'll destroy the Mushroom Kingdom with the star.
I mean, invading Russia in the winter is a worse plan. I've heard worse plans.
Yeah.
But because of Luigi and Mario winding up in their world, he sees Mario as a rival for Peach's affections.
She's like a foot taller than him.
This plumber who just came out of nowhere.
It just came out of nowhere, has a weird accent, is color-coded with his brother. Yes, this is a threat.
Yes.
This is a credible threat. Now, to be fair, Bowser is a giant...
He's a giant...
Turtle?
Turtle dragon.
Turtle dragon thingy?
I believe it's Dragon Turtle.
Okay,
Oh,
he's
I
a
don't-
weird combo creature. So, I mean, I can see that, but you know what? He's got personality. He's got a plan. He put in a lot of effort. So, he's allowed to be a little upset that this little mushroom-hating guy is going to get in his way.
Yep.
Which,
It took a lot of effort to come up with this plan.
also, make him hate mushrooms. This is like, I don't know if that's an actual
I thought it was fun.
Mario thing or if it's just the intense hatred that the community, that people who played Mario feel towards the Toads that tell them, sorry, our princess is in another castle.
Yes. Spurring urs of hatred since 1985.
If she wasn't in this one, why did I come to this one?
What do you mean she's not in here? We gotta traverse 10 more worlds to find this princess.
Oh,
Better be worth it.
Anyway,
Oh, where?
so Princess Peach, who we never given an explanation as to why she is not a toadstool.
She was found.
We get into that.
Okay.
You know, in the movie, it's, you know, in the games we never really get an explanation, but in the movie, she kind of wandered into the same warp pipe that Mario and Luigi did when she was a baby, and the Toads essentially raised her.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. Once again,
Anyway.
live action Super Mario Brothers.
That was Princess Daisy, okay? That is a completely different character.
And we're gonna get so
It was.
semantical.
Her name was.
It was Daisy, but I'm just saying.
She's a
sounds
totally different character.
Sounds like lazy writing to me.
Totally different character. She's just.
I mean, let's be honest though, the entire movie is just the playing out of the video game. So when I joke that it sounds like lazy writing, it's just because the video game.
Which we wanted.
This is true.
Anyway, so Princess Peach gives Mario the, let's call it the tutorial level on how things work in
Training montage.
This new world. You know, you can eat mushrooms to grow twice as tall and get an
Power-ups.
extra jumps.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Power-ups and all that. And then after that, Bowser starts making moves. So she needs to go to the neighboring kingdom of the Kongs to get their support in the war against Bowser.
Because the Toads are just too adorable and too precious.
And in their world, the Khan army is the largest army that they have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we go, and like Tori said, Donkey Kong is voiced by Seth Rogen, and their ruler, Cranky Kong, is voiced by Fred Armisen, a.k.a. Uncle Fester from the live-action Wednesday series. Now, I will say, out of the voice cast, it took me a minute to get used to Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, because Seth Rogen does have a very distinct voice, and he did say that he's not going to change his way of speaking to fit this character. But after like about a minute of him doing Donkey Kong and doing his mannerisms and stuff, I got used to it.
I mean, it's a lovable schmuck character, which is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, of course, when they start playing the DK rap, they're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
There are 3 types of voice actors. Number 1, they do the same voice. It's just them. They don't put on a voice. They do the same voice for every character.
Keith David.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is noticeable that they're still their voice, but just pitched up or down a bit. They try to give a new character. And then there are the people who somehow transform their vocal cords completely.
Tara Strong.
Mark Hamill,
Tara Strong.
Kevin Conroy. But speaking of Chris Pratt,
Winnie the Pooh, who also did Scar?
Jim Cummings.
But
speaking of voice actors, though, so when this movie was first announced, they did announce who voices Mario and who voiced Luigi. A lot of people hated the idea that Chris Pratt was voicing Mario. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't understand why all of a sudden everyone hated Chris Pratt voicing this character.
I think there were a lot of underlying reasons, and I don't think any of them had anything to do with Mario. I think it was a combination of we were just coming off of Avengers, so everyone sees him as Star-Lord, which is fine. It can be very hard to take
And then Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's very hard to take Jurassic World and Star-Lord and imagine him as a 4-foot-tall plumber. I mean, it's very hard to do. But also in his personal life, he was making a lot of statements at the time that a lot of people weren't agreeing with. I think this was also right after he left his wife, maybe?
I have no idea.
When he and Anna Faris got divorced?
I think that was right around the same time, but he was also making a lot, basically, I think the campaign of him being, people not wanting him as Mario, I don't think it had anything actually to do with the movie. I think it all had to do with him as a person. But I don't know all of everything that happened. I did not keep up with it. Honestly, there's too much drama in Hollywood to keep up with everything. And if you're wanting to keep up with Hollywood drama, this is not the podcast for you.
Also, before we go any further, everything we say is just our opinions. We don't speak for Nintendo. We don't speak for Illumination. We don't speak for anyone.
We don't speak for the brands or the company.
We don't speak for anyone except ourselves.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little I wasn't thrilled with the idea of Chris Pratt as Mario, but that was because, like I said, I had very minimal exposure to Mario. I mean, I played very little. My only real movie kind of thing was Bob Hoskins, which is an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think my brain could take Star-Lord or, Jurassic World, Chris Pratt, and make him, it's me, Mario. I don't think my brain could make that jump.
Yeah, I do think, though, a lot of other people,
So
and
take
myself...
the power up.
Nice.
Nice.
I do think a lot of people, including myself, when they first announced it, was wait, Charles Martinet is still alive.
Yeah.
So why don't we voice him? But at the same time, though, it's but then Chris Pratt, I was like, you know what? Let's wait and see what Chris Pratt does. And he actually did do a very good job as Mario. He kind of took it more in a more Brooklyn kind of gruff accent instead of the stereotypical Italian accent we always think about. And to be honest, I think I love Charles Martinet. He's a great guy. I met him Tori and I met him at a convention. He's a real great guy. But
super fun.
But I do think, though, if his voice was there throughout the whole hour and a half, it might get a little tiring after a while.
Also, the Brooklyn accent worked more with the story because Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They use the song by the Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
On their way to their first job.
And their whole little catchphrase is Save Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's their goal is to save Brooklyn.
Yeah, and I mean, even from their earliest origin in the game, they're from New York City. So it kind of makes sense for them to have that kind of New York City Brooklyn
But it would also,
accent.
back when the game was made, it kind of made a little bit of sense that, Italian plumber, because is made by a Japanese company, and they're like New York stereotype, Italian immigrants. Where Mario could have just as easily have been Seamus.
Yeah.
Okay, it wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Mario would have done well as an Italian plumber, or not Italian, but as an Irish plumber.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked as well.
No. Anyway, did you have more summarization, or was that basically about it?
My mind is now picturing
Seamus.
a red-haired Mario.
So a brief moment, if Mario and Luigi were not Mario and Luigi, and they were actually Irish immigrant family, what would their names be? One of them's obviously going to be Seamus, because it's the most stereotypical name we can get.
Seamus and Ian.
Seamus and Ian. Ian and Seamus.
Yep.
Okay. But on a slight tangent off of the whole voice acting thing.
No, it'd be Connor.
It'd be Connor. Seamus and Connor.
It'd be Connor O'Connor.
And then it would be
And Seamus O'Connor.
No, Seamus O'Brien.
But no, because you have the whole joke of Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Luigi Mario and Mario. So you'd have to have, it'd be Connor O'Connor or something, or Brian O'Brien or something like that.
Yeah, because fun fact, when Mario's signature catchphrase, "It's a me, Mario," we always thought of it like, it's him.
He's saying, it's me, Mario. No, we're actually just don't understand Japanese.
It's Japanese saying, it's Mario.
No, it's super.
It's Super Mario.
Itsumi is super.
Okay, Itsumi is super. So he's saying,
Super
it's Super
Mario.
So he's saying, it's Super
Hence
Mario.
the title.
Hence the title. And the thing is, this factoid didn't hit the internet until 2023.
Yep.
And it was like, wow, Nintendo just cashing in on all of us Americans not speaking a lick of Japanese.
Yep. Anyway, so Colin, what was your little tangent?
Anyway, in regards to voice acting, I'm going to say one of the few people who says that we need more animated movies, because I feel like the way movies are being politicized a lot and people get canceled all the time and it's hard to replace them. You know where we don't have that problem? Animation. Because what happens is we just cast a different voice actor.
Who can do the same voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
Once again, is Jim Cummings or Tara Strong available?
Yep.
So, that's one thing. Second, as someone who likes animation and voice acting, I feel like we're getting too many famous people. And that sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaborate
you have to
here.
Elaborate on that one.
I was like, okay. Now we don't say, oh, this is a great movie because of the storyline. Or this movie has a character voiced by Chris Pratt or Jack Black or insert very famous person here. You should go see it because you like that person, not because of the story or anything else in it.
I mean,
So you're saying that you think movies rely too much on the star power of the actors?
Yeah, and that's for both live action and animation.
Fair.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
I feel like
that.
The fame of actors is overshadowing.
I mean,
I can see that. Yeah.
If you think about it, it's also like if you look at the Hollywood.
Obviously, it's a part that's always going to be present.
Yeah, but if you look at like the Hollywood blockbusters, especially the last 10 years, it is very few and far between that you see a movie that's got a new ingenue type of person who's not a nepo baby, by the way. Back in the 90s, I remember, all the time you'd see movies where it's starring so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and introducing, and that was your brand new person who had never done a movie before, but this was their big shot. It was in the 90s, almost every movie had at least one unknown actor that was going to be their make or break moment for them. And some of them made it and some of them didn't. But it's now, here we are in the 2020s, and it's unless people already know who you are or who your parents are or something about you, good luck getting cast.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Now, this is also piggybacking off of that. Another issue I have with casting just famous people as voice actors in general, we enter a problem that Tori knows from Mamma Mia, where we cast someone in a musical who cannot sing.
Oh my lord. Just because someone is famous does not mean they can sing. And Pierce Brosnan, I love you for so many reasons, but your musical ability is not one of them.
Same thing with Russell Crowe in Les Mis.
But it wasn't as bad as Pierce Brosnan.
No, that is
It
true.
was not.
And that's just, all of the voice actors in this do a great job.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I see that problem in a lot of other stuff too. It's
But you get
getting
to have,
on my nerves.
you get to have great moments when you think about all the other things that these people have been in. And Mamma Mia is a great example. Mamma Mia. Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada. Her daughter is Cosette from Les Mis. Her fiance is Howard Stark. And the three dads are Mr. Darcy,
Can't do that.
James Bond,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Eric Selvig, also from Marvel.
Yep.
And the mom's best friends are Martha May Whovier and Molly Weasley. I'm sorry, this is just funny. So it's like, let's think about Mario. Mario for a second, okay? Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
this
get
for
back
the
to
anime.
Mario. Let's
No,
do Mario.
I'm gonna do this for the Mario movie, okay? Here we go. Star-Lord
Yep.
and his brother. What else has he been in?
Charlie Day is mostly known for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay, and his character in this other guy, okay?
Fighting
And they
against the Kung Fu
go,
Panda.
yeah, and they go to this magical world where they team up with where they team up with Beth Harmon from The Queen's Gambit
Yep.
to take on
Poe.
Poe, the Kung Fu Panda.
Along with the help of it's what's his name in the substitute teacher skit? Because that's Keegan Michael
Yeah,
Key.
I mean,
Aaron. Aaron.
yeah. It's just the points of connection. It's funny.
Yeah.
And then you also include that once again we've got King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead and Fester Adams and.
Yep. So so anyway, going back to the original cast of it, yeah, this is kind of like for a star-studded cast as it is very random.
It is, but they work.
So one thing that I really enjoyed, because I am a fan of the. Are you okay over there?
I'm trying to
getting
get comfortable,
comfortable.
and you won't move your leg.
Oh, you gotta let me know. Because I am such a huge fan of the games, is that there were so many Nintendo references.
Yes.
Like the Rainbow Road.
I
Quartet.
didn't play, and you're asking me to verify. I
I'm
think
also
there
asking
were.
you.
I mean, my
So-
favorite non-main character is the little star.
Oh, the Loom.
The Loom is my
the
favorite
Loom,
character.
The Luma from Super
The
Mario
only
Galaxy.
release, or the only hope, is the sweet release of death.
Yep.
In an insane world, it is is the sane who are considered crazy.
So-
And it's because that their people, when they die, they make a new galaxy.
Yep.
So,
So
it's something
in,
to look forward to.
in the Super Mario Galaxy game, you actually feed them a bunch of star coins, and then they create a new world for you. But yeah, there were so many Nintendo Easter eggs, like the pizza restaurant where Mario and Luigi hang out to find the commercial is from Punch-Out. There's references to Duck Hunt and Mario Golf all throughout the restaurant and the house. There's one point where they're traveling through the Mushroom Kingdom, and Mario overhears a shopkeeper saying, "Does this work? Yeah, you just gotta blow on it a little bit," like the game cartridges from the old Nintendo games. You also see a little glimpse of Yoshi's, which,
My favorite.
and then also there's an R-Wing in Mario's room. Mario is actually playing the NES.
More importantly than that, there's a very subtle Lord of the Rings Rings reference. Frying pan.
Oh yeah.
One could also argue that that's also a Tangled reference. Frying pans. Who knew?
Yep, and then also they just incorporate a lot of the themes, like a lot of the theme music, like when Mario and Luigi get the star to face off against Bowser, he has the star music. Bowser's playing Super Mario's theme as he's talking with the magician.
But there is also non-video game music, it's actually a very good soundtrack.
It is a very good soundtrack. But there's just Nintendo, I'm going to quote Nostalgia Critic here for a second. There's a right way and a wrong way to do like these sort of Easter eggs. This movie does it right because while it is kind of overflowing with references, it's not so much where it's distracting to the movie or where it's like it seems like the movie makers just threw it in there because it's like, oh, we got to throw something from the original source material in there.
Yeah, no, this was pretty much verbatim source material.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to have the voice actors literally read what's on the screen. Play the game and read the screen.
Yeah.
Except for Jack Black.
Another great Easter egg was, so when they go get the Kongs to finally help, they all get in go-karts to go
race.
Yes.
Get a car.
And they go on the Rainbow Road where they take where they go off the road and take the shortcut, just like in the game.
Which, by the way, that stage in Mario Kart is the most annoying stage ever.
Now, have I ever told you about the one time that I played Mario Kart and I was actually doing really well, and my friend Corey decided to choose
violence?
Was he the one that like unplugged the controller?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I am historically bad at Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. Like the only Mario game I'm good at is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for the Wii. Yes, I can feel your judgment through the podcast, okay? But you know what? I'm good at it. Anywho, so I'm playing with my friend Corey, and for the first time in my life, I'm winning Mario Kart. This never happens. This is the making of a great day. And what does he do? What did he do? He reached down and unplugged my controller.
Such a cheap move.
Such a cheap move.
Although not as cheap as they actually references in the movie. The blue shell.
I don't know. Tearing out the person's controller is pretty bad.
To be fair, okay, it's a cheap move in the real world, but in the game, the blue shell is the...
Actually,
Guess how Justin most likely loses.
It's so annoying.
I like the white shell myself. Which is the opposite of the blue shell. The white shell, you throw it behind you to trip up the person who's next, just to be a jerk.
So it pretty much works as the red shell, it just doesn't go everywhere. Anyway.
I'm usually off the road and in a ditch somewhere before people can even use a shell on me, okay?
In the movie, though, it was really awesome to see, like, essentially Mario Kart on the big screen. It was really cool to see Rainbow Road in live action. It was really cool to see the Kongs and Mario fight, Bowser and the Koopas, with their carts and everything, and see all that stuff. It was really cool to see that on the big screen as a huge Nintendo fan.
Yes, it was very, very good. And then obviously, spoilers, because we know the sequel has just come out. They obviously save Brooklyn!
Yep. Oddly enough, yeah.
And the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oddly enough, the same climax is the same as the live action one as the animated one.
Oh, look! It's a good movie! I will one of these days post our lost episode of the review of the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie starring John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins. It is a great movie. Ignore what these two say.
Okay, how about this? It would have been better if it was animated.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yes.
But it was still a good movie.
Some stories work best in animation. No matter how much you try, Disney, live action will never win against animation.
Yes. I was going to say something, but I forgot. But, so...
One of your favorite songs is in the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Colin and I are having a stare down here about which sibling is right. Drop a comment. Which sibling is right?
Well, considering what we're
saying... No, the listeners are going to decide. And if no one comments, I'm automatically right.
But speaking of sequels, though, so... This one, actually, I'm really hoping that they actually do this because, so when Luigi is first sent off into the dark lands, and he's looking for Mario. He doesn't really know where he is, and he's calling out Mario, and I'm like, this is essentially a intro to Luigi's Mansion. If we don't get this movie, I am going to scream, because that is. I'm a huge fan of Luigi's Mansion. That was my first ever game for the GameCube. I love that game to death. I really want them to tackle Luigi's Mansion at some point.
Did the ghosts capture him, or were they the dry bones?
The dry bones.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. It was the Shy Guys that actually captured him, but the dry bones got him into the castle.
Speaking of, because the internet is dark and full of spoilers, I can confirm that in the sequel, there is Dry Bowser.
Okay.
Also,
this is important for Colin because several years ago, Colin did an amazing Dry Bowser costume and entered it into a costume contest. He should have won. The person who won, fight me on this, they only won because it was their birthday. They wore a red striped shirt and said they were a brick.
Plaid,
and they said they were a brick. I'm sorry. No. Actually, you know what? I need to find that picture and post it on our pages so people can see the Dry Bowser costume that should have won.
But yeah.
Justice for Dry Bowser.
So,
that's going to be our magic.
Justice for Bowser.
Justice for Dry Bowser.
But yeah, I really want a live animated Luigi's Mansion movie, but also in the new one, which we haven't seen yet, but they have posted it so we can talk about it. Star Fox is in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So, and then there's also a post-credit scene where another character is also named. I don't know who it is, but it seems like Nintendo is essentially not necessarily copying, but taking a lot of references from Marvel and teasing a larger Nintendo universe that they're going to possibly do. Which, to be honest, would be great, because then we can do a Super Smash movie.
And knowing my luck, something will happen and I'll probably fall down the stairs, the elevator, break my arm, and never see the movie. I am that bad at Smash Brothers, okay?
The Super Nintendo universe.
Yes.
The Super Nintendo Cinematic Universe. There we go.
Yes, there you go. So here's a question for everybody. Even though I'm pretty sure I know the obvious question to it. Who is your favorite character from the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Bowser.
Oh. The Loom. It goes the Loom, and then probably Mario.
Really?
And then Bowser, and then Peach. But the Loom.
So I think it's kind of safe to say though, but it is a Mario movie, but Bowser stole the show.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
I mean, my favorite.
I love you.
My favorite scene with Bowser is when they're about 2/3 of the way through, and he's trying to suit up for something, and then it turns out it's his wedding tuxedo, and he has a bouquet of piranha plants, and he's just trying to basically rehearse what he's going to say to Peach and propose to her, and he's like, Peach, love makes a guy truly come out of his shell.
It's such a cheesy line.
And then he's like, will you marry me? And it's a Wizard Koopa in Peach cosplay. He's like, oh, yes!
No, I think my favorite is when he's interrogating Luigi.
Oh, yeah?
Do princesses find him attractive?
And they have good taste!
I think
Even when he's not there, he sticks up for his bigger bro.
I think my favorite moment is when Bowser is playing the boss music.
Mm-hmm.
And his little wizard advisor does the little
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not upset. And then smashes the guy's finger.
He's not upset.
And then he leaves. He's like, should I get up? No. Give it a minute. Pain is life's ultimate lesson.
So this is another thing where a villain steals the show, endears themselves to the fans. I mean, at the same time though, it was just such an outrageous character. I could see Bowser being played a million ways, but I think Jack Black's specific level of comedic chaos was just the right blend for Bowser. Like, he wasn't too, like, he could be mean and he could be scary, but then in the next one, it's gonna be like, but I'm gonna sit here and play my piano. I mean, yes, he wore a Bowser costume. Where was on the Kelly Clarkson show?
Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. We should all be so.
He also wore a Bowser tuxedo to the world premiere of the movie.
Yes, that's a custom job right there. Okay, here, you know what? Moving forward, I'm going to make a request. If you are a voice actor, all your promo stuff that you go do, like your interviews, your red carpets, whatever, your outfit needs to be tied to the character you're playing.
Or when he did the performance.
Yes. Like, I mean, what are some upcoming animated movies that we know about? Do we know of any?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, well, whatever the next animated movie is, I'm wanting your outfit on the red carpet needs to symbolize your character.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're making another Ice Age.
Okay, I better see a Scrat the Squirrel on that red carpet.
But yeah, I mean, you're right though. Jack Black is kind of like the best choice because Bowser can go from like 1 minute to being ultra terrifying because, like we said, he is a dragon
turtle thingy
who is like 10 feet tall and can easily destroy you with just a single punch, or he can breathe fire. But yeah, in the next minute, he is a total like sim for a love-struck Peach.
Yeah, he just wants to get the girl.
Yep.
He's a romantic.
But speaking of Peach, though, we haven't really talked that much about her yet.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna Taylor-Joy is kind of like, she's almost in everything, but
not quite.
But she plays different roles very well.
I mean, just think of like the things we've watched her in the last few years. I mean, so she did the Super Mario Brothers movie.
She did the Queen's Gambit.
She did the Queen's Gambit, which was amazingly done. She did
The Menu.
The Menu, which
is very dark comedy.
That is not comedy. That is horror. That is a psychological horror film.
It's dark comedy if you're a foodie.
Okay, if you're a foodie, it's comedy.
It's comedy for me.
I found it comedy.
Okay, and then she did The Gorge,
which with what's his name?
Oh.
He was Mr. Fantastic and Fan Four Stick.
It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah, but anyway, she did that movie, which is kind of like a action horror thriller movie.
It was so good, and it was like I remember telling you about it from the trailer, and you were kind of like, it sounds like a chick flick, sounds like a rom-com. I don't think so. No, very much
it is not
a rom-com. It is an action movie with a zombie plot line and romance sprinkles.
Yes.
Like, that is about it, like, sprinkled in. It's not part of the main.
And Anna Taylor-Joy plays great, but I also really like the fact that they did Peach as kind of like more than just a damsel in distress, like she is for most of the games.
Yeah.
Where she actually
Miles Teller. His name is Miles Teller.
Yep. But like she actually shows Mario how to use the power-ups and kind of trains him, and actually is willing to throw down if she has to. I mean, when Bowser invades the Mushroom Kingdom, she grabs a halberd and essentially
she's ready to fight.
She's ready to fight for her people. So,
on the topic of voice actors who absolutely transform, the guy who played the wizard, that's Gantu.
Oh.
What?
He's Captain Gantu from the original Lilo and Stitch animated movie.
What?
I know, right?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
Okay. But
Younger brother say what?
But so obviously we indulged the movie a little bit, but it's just like the reason why it did so much better than the live action movie, in my opinion, is that like it's essentially a movie that brought the games to life. The plot was very similar to the game. They had a lot of references to the games. They didn't really try to overly explain the world or the power-ups or anything like that. They just said, here's a power-up. We're going to this now. And then, even when the Mario Brothers are trying to get to their first job, it looks like a level from the video game. And the animation is beautiful. They really love the homages to all the worlds throughout the Mario games. And the story, which is simple. Bowser is trying to invade the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario and Luigi somehow got thrown into this world, and they must defeat Bowser with the help of Peach. It is very simple. It is really great. It essentially is like a video game that's brought to life, and that's what we wanted from Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Yep.
It was very simple. It was simplistic, but it's beautiful in its simplicity.
Yes. Well, actually, also another voice actor we haven't talked... Well, we talked about him briefly a little bit, but Seth Rogen, like I said, he actually did a pretty good job as Donkey Kong.
He did.
He's, very... Not necessarily dim-witted, but he's very single-minded.
He pulls off the stubborn.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's stubborn.
Yeah.
I think the entire, I do think everyone was cast correctly.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody in the first Super Mario Brothers movie who you heard their voice and went, what?
Evidence that Seth Rogen pulled it off great. Yeah, well, my dad thinks I'm a loser too. Yeah, well, your dad's right!
Yeah. Donkey Kong just hates Mario just because he beat him in that one fight, and he'll never ever live it down.
As a cat.
As a cat.
But I think it was well cast. Everyone did a great job. It was a simplistic story which is honestly, we need more simplistic stories. Stop trying to overcomplicate the movies. People go to the movies to escape reality. We don't need a lecture. We don't need a lesson. We don't need anything. We just want a good story. Make good stories. Stop making sequels and remakes and live action versions of animated movies. Yes, Disney, I'm talking to you. Okay? Just stop.
Yeah.
Except please continue with the live action Tangled because I really want to see Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. But that's for another day.
Yes.
Please continue with that one. But other than that, stop it.
Yeah, it's like, stop the live action remake. Catherine Hahn was cast as Mother Gothel.
One more. And Milo Mayhem is Flynn Rider. Okay, I want to see this. Don't mess it up, Disney.
And
Don't mess it up.
It's also been rumored that Mandy Moore and I forget Zachary Levi have been cast as the king and queen of Rapunzel's
Don't
Kingdom.
mess it up, Disney. But honestly, it's part of the problem with movies is, I feel like today with movies is that we're not seeing any originality, no new ideas. There are no new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's be fair. Every story has been told once before. Maybe not in the exact same format, but it doesn't matter. It's like
You know what I want?
Harry Potter and Star Wars were the same. We're the same basic storyline.
Okay.
Just with
I have a storyline we need.
with just different characters and different worlds. You can redo Knight saving the princess from the dragon in so many formats,
Yes.
such as a plumber saving a princess from a dragon turtle.
Yes.
Yes, but you know what story we need? What happened in Budapest?
We'll never live that down.
Nope, but call back to Marvel. Hey, Marvel, what happened in Budapest?
Yep.
I mean, but it's just, if you have to tell the story that you've already told, tell it different. Justin, what is your favorite line from Romeo and Juliet?
The story you're about to hear has been told before. A lot. So here we are to retell it again, but different.
Okay, if you're going to retell the same stories, tell them differently. Case in point about this. And this is a great family-friendly movie. I would highly encourage you to watch with your friends and family. Galaxy Quest is a total ripoff of Star Trek.
Yes.
And it's wonderful for it. It's beautiful for it. It is hilarious. And yet, does it get half the appreciation it deserved? No, it doesn't.
Well, it's like...
It also has Alan Rickman.
It has Alan Rickman and Sigourney Weaver and Tim...
Yeah. also, it's
Tim
like...
the Toolman Taylor.
And Sam Rockwell.
Yep.
Monk.
And the guy who played Monk, whose name escapes me.
Yep.
I mean, it was another start, but if you're gonna retell something, just change it a little bit. Jeez Louise.
I'll give an example
Stop
of
with the remakes.
I'll give an example of a remake where Disney changed quite a bit. Maleficent. That's a live-action remake of Sleeping Beauty.
But
the storyline is so much different.
And yet,
It took inspiration from Wicked.
Added to the story. It made it better. If you're not going to make it better, don't do it.
But then they backtracked with all the other ones.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
All right. Well,
obviously, we've talked about the Super Mario Brothers animated movie. It's really great.
Spoilers, they win.
highly recommend it
Highly
for friends and
recommend
family.
Highly recommended and that's the thing, it's just like, Nintendo fans, love it because of all the Easter eggs and all the references. But you don't have to be a Nintendo fan to enjoy this movie.
Hi, how you doing?
You can just, turn your brain off, enjoy a simple story with fun characters, an enjoyable world with beautiful animation.
And a musical villain voiced by Jack Black.
Yep. And we're obviously have to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Maybe we'll do another episode when we go see it.
Yes.
But we'll definitely have to go see it when it comes out.
All right. Well, on that note, and kind of on the note of musical villains, join us next week for our next episode of the Disney Villain Pantheon.
Part 4.
Part 4 out of who knows how many. But maybe we'll have some decently musical villains.
I have to look at my list, but
It's a surprise.
I have to make a list, but yes, we do have some musical villains in that one.
All right. So join us next time.
Bye.
Bye.